Hey, New Jersey, guess what? It is officially peak paver season. It's that time of the year where the weather's getting warm, and it is time to work on that dream patio that you have been ruminating over all winter long. And with that in mind, we have great news for you. Our friends over at Ruther Material Company, located in North Bergen and Succassana, are selling Nicolock pavers, the best paver a man can get. Are we allowed to say that?
Oh, yeah, because it is.
The best a man can get.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking to get a patio, drive over to Ruther Material Company. Say, hey, I want the Nicolock pavers. They have versatile options for any project, whether it's a patio, a driveway, a walkway, pool decks. Guys, they've got it all. Your backyard's about to be epic. And when you finish the project, invite me over for a pool party because I'm coming through. That's Ruther Material Company in North Bergen or Succassana. Stop by today. Get that patio going.
Are you guys in the market for a new ride? Well, over here at the Garden State, we got you covered. Sandstone Auto Mall in Woodbridge, New Jersey is the largest auto mall in the state, and they have over 50 acres of cars. We walked the lot the other week. It was crazy. It took us forever to walk around because it was so big.
It was a big car lot.
It was big. We're talking Toyotas, Mazdas, Kias, Hyundais, Chryslers, Jeep, Dodge, Rams. Literally any car you could think of, they have it there. And the best part, for the month of May, they are selling cars at pre-tariff pricing.
That's right.
It's a good deal. So head on over to Sansone, grab a car, and be sure to tell them the Garden State sent you.
We know people buy cars elsewhere. We just don't know why.
Hey, this is Jersey. You're listening to the Garden State.
No, H-E-Y-U. Jimmy, your haircut looks nice.
Thanks.
I will say,
Thanks, buddy.
I don't like to give compliments out to Jimmy, but that haircut
Okay.
it's a classic Jimmy haircut. It looks, you got, what do you get, a 2 on the sides, a little bit longer on top.
Yeah, fades 1 to 2.
You're asking for compliments on a haircut that you've been getting your entire life. Like,
No, it's different.
That's why I didn't even notice you had a haircut, because you always look like that.
Gotta stay consistent.
Well, it looks good.
It's like a
Is
good
that what you
drummer,
want to hear?
right?
You gotta be consistent?
Gotta be consistent.
What does that mean, like tempo?
Yeah, drummer Red Hot Chili Peppers one time was in like a drum contest, and he just did like a basic beat the whole time, and people were like, "We thought you were gonna go crazy or something." And he was like, "Gotta stay
Wait,
consistent."
what does that have to say? What are you saying about me then? Because my hair is never consistent.
You're not
I
a good
sometimes
drummer.
have long
Yeah, but you're
hair,
a drummer.
so I'm not consistent.
As a drummer, you're consistent. Your hair's not.
I don't know where you're going with this. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I like my hair.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Garden State podcast. We're back yet again for another week of New Jersey news, talking to you guys, taking your calls about New Jersey, hearing what's happening all around the state. And it's good to be back.
Jimmy's back with us this week.
Jimmy's back. Welcome back, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Jordan's here at the helm,
I am.
sitting at the desk.
I like sitting here.
Still a little too close to me, but we got to figure
Here,
it
I'll move
out.
back.
Yeah. Hey, we just had Memorial Day weekend in New Jersey, and we have a lot of mailbags I want to get to today.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to do a little bit of an opening discussion about the weekend, which you guys got into.
Yes.
Just talk about life a little bit, a little therapy sesh. And then we could talk mailbag and, the typical, the huge, get into the news.
I love it.
But hey, everybody, hope you guys had a great Memorial Day weekend here in New Jersey. I got to say, guys, I'm so jealous of all the people that have shore houses or have married into families with shore houses.
Right.
I don't have either.
Well, you have a sister who's married to someone with a shore house. So
Yeah,
I don't even have that. Like, you have that. I think
You're
that's
somewhat
incredible.
close, yeah.
I don't get the
And you're
invite,
the family too, Don Jordan. So you have that
Well, that's true.
same exact thing I just told Solo.
I got that privilege.
Yeah, but I haven't gotten the invite. He did invite me.
I didn't get the invite. He did invite me.
A week before. He's like, hey, if you want to come down next Saturday.
That's on
But
you, bro.
then it was like, do I follow up?
The follow up is very hard.
The follow-up's the weird part. Like, hey, is that offer still there?
It's your
Yeah.
brother-in-law.
Yeah, but like people got things going on.
Oh, please.
And,
I would have taken that in a heartbeat.
I didn't want to go down the shore just for Saturday. Like that was the goal, is we were going to go down for Saturday. And I felt like that was going to be a big mistake getting on the Parkway. And we actually got a mailbag. I don't want to jump around, but we got a mailbag about this exact issue. Do you mind if I play a mailbag really quick?
Yeah, let's go for it.
And we'll do the mailbag segment later. But this call, I just felt meshes perfectly into the Memorial Day weekend thoughts that we're working through here. Listen to this one. This is from a gentleman named Tony.
Hey guys,
This is Tony calling originally from East Windsor, but now I live down the shore. I'm headed home from a long work week. I know it's Memorial Day weekend, but the parkway is packed with people. There's people everywhere. There's traffic everywhere. I can't believe it. And it's not even going to be nice this weekend. It's going to be cold. It's going to be 60, cloudy most of the weekend. Just stay home. I don't get with all these people. They're like ants, just following the crumbs.
It's true.
Wherever it's the weekends in the summer, they're going down the shore. I can't take it anymore. Get out of the way.
All right, we're gonna cut him off there.
Tony.
But I think Tony. Well, first off, thank you, Tony. That's the personality thing I was talking about. Is every now and again we need Tony to call it.
I think he speaks volumes for everyone who lives down the shore, though, because everyone's complaining about how all these outsiders come from out of town and they just cause a ruckus in the town. Like you saw 73 arrests in Seaside this past week. It's some problems.
73 arrests.
If I lived there, I'd be so mad. I'd be so annoyed with all the traffic and all the people there.
That's 73 people to be arrested. Where do they even put them in the police station at a certain point?
They release them right away, I heard.
Do they really?
Yeah,
they probably just process them and then let them go.
They have no room over there in Seaside.
Yeah, that's the problem is these people should be getting locked away.
Well, someone left a
key.
comment on our post. They're like, these people, like, there should be like a minimum 30 days.
Yeah, just
like
lock them
in
up for
jail,
30 days.
or else like they let them go right away. The next night they're getting arrested again.
Can you imagine getting arrested 2 nights in a row?
I guarantee it happened to someone this weekend.
Yeah, and I mean, what Tony makes a good point is going down the shore for Memorial Day weekend overall, the traffic that you see on the Parkway, it has not gotten better in my lifetime, and I don't think it ever will get better until Governor Murphy listens to our plan. We suggested to him the double-deck Parkway, excuse me, double-deck Parker.
That actually sounds better. It's a better name.
The double-deck Parkway, and that might be the future of the state, but...
No, but why don't you guys just leave early?
Because I got a baby. I'm not waking her up, at 5:30. If she's gonna get up at 7, she's gonna be angry all day, and then we got to figure out the nap. It's a whole science.
You never wake a sleeping baby.
Yes, thank you.
You have
Tim.
the exception, but everyone else in the state of New Jersey who's stuck in traffic, why don't you guys just wake up early and bypass the traffic?
Because believe it or not,
if everybody does that, then the traffic is just going to be earlier.
But it would take a lot of people to end up doing that. I'm just saying there's a select few people who listen to this podcast who were probably stuck in traffic, but if they left a few hours earlier, they wouldn't have the issue. I'm just trying to help someone.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I will say I was driving on Saturday, 11 a.m. on the Parkway, and it wasn't even bad.
South?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I didn't go like too far down south.
How
but,
far
like,
south did you go?
Went to the Turnpike, so 129.
Joe,
come
So,
on.
like, it doesn't count.
You got to
No,
get
no.
over the Driscoll
After the
Bridge at
Driscolls.
least.
where
No,
it
but
starts.
still, I'm like, there was no traffic. It was like
because
empty
honestly,
over there. I was expecting it to even be backed up.
No, 100%, because sometimes it does get backed up to us. Like
Yeah.
during the summertime,
It
I
happens,
look at
like,
the Parkway,
fairly
it's just
often.
terrible.
You guys ever get a little stressed after you go through that toll after the Driscoll Bridge, and you're like, I gotta commit.
Oh, yeah.
Do I want to go
Express
local
or local?
express? And
All the
it's-
time.
You don't know. You never know.
Well, I
'cause-
think Google Maps has gotten really good at it over the years, telling you which one to go.
But once you're stuck in one,
Yeah, the commitment.
like something could happen, right? Like that takes a good 20 minutes to get through there, like on good flowing traffic. So if something happens, you're screwed.
I don't understand the logic behind the express or the local on the Parkway.
Why not?
What's the thought there? You're going the same speed on either
Less
side.
exits. Less exits, so there's less people slowing down to get off on the exit.
Yeah, but there's just more lanes then. If you combined all of them into one mega highway, 7 lanes going across.
Add like 2 more in the middle.
I feel like that would make it worse.
It's just
though.
a massive, you ever see those Chinese highways with like 15 lanes going across?
Yeah.
That's what we need the Parkway to be. And then on the right hand side, you have an exit lane. There's gonna be no backing up if there's 15 lanes. I mean, people are just kind of. It's like the Autobahn at that point. You just speed down to the Cape May in an hour.
I mean, realistically, the Parkway is the Autobahn at this point. Like, do they?
Yeah.
I think like geographically though, it's impossible to put those extra 2 lanes in the center. Wetlands, not enough space.
and there's bridge supports that run
bridge
there.
supports.
Guys, we got a man on the moon. We could figure it out. If we want that center of that Parkway to be filled in, we'll figure it out. We just patched a hole on Route 80 that was 300 feet deep. I mean, for goodness sakes, guys. This is New Jersey. We figure stuff out. But I will say, I didn't make it on the shore this weekend. What did you guys do? Anything interesting? Anybody have any cool Memorial Day weekend plans?
Absolutely not. I relaxed all weekend. It was awesome. I played golf.
Yeah, I did the same.
You played golf?
No, I just relaxed all
Yes, I
weekend.
didn't know you played golf. I went down the shore
When?
on Monday.
Oh.
Because you have a Beach House Connect.
I do.
Wait a second. I saw you in the morning, though, didn't I?
Yeah, and I went down right after.
And you didn't
Really?
invite Josh.
Yeah.
What beach?
Well, I didn't go to it was just the bay, Barnegat Bay.
Oh, you saw Barney.
Yeah. He was hanging out there.
Old Barney.
Were you with my sister?
No,
Oh,
I have another connect.
He ditched her.
Really?
Oh wait, yes, I was.
Oh,
I thought you were saying your other sister.
my other
like,
sister who has the house.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but you were with the other sister.
Yes.
Okay.
Why are you being so secretive about this?
Yeah, look at his face right
I
now.
can't give away
Was
my
it the governor's mansion you were
Yeah, can you give us the address on the pod,
I'll
please?
look it up.
Were you on a boat?
No.
Okay.
Unfortunately not.
I'm less envious then. Anytime I see people at that, what is it, Ticey Shoal or whatever, I get filled with a jealous rage going,
What's Ticey Shoal? That big like area where people hang on the boats?
people just park their boats and hang out.
Is that Jersey?
Yeah, it's right
Yeah.
by. It's on the bay side of Island Beach State Park.
I'm like, what did I do wrong in life? What did the generations before me do wrong in life that I'm not hanging out on a boat with my friends in 3 feet of water at the Jersey Shore?
I mean, this is gonna be a hot take here.
Yeah.
Hanging out at Ticey's Shoal
Probably
is probably
gross.
the last place I want to be.
Yeah,
I've never been. Listen, you're right. I think I get what you're saying and where you're going with this. There is a sense that it might be a little trashy, a little bit of like, you know.
I'm not saying
The
that.
critique I always hear is there's no bathrooms out there, so people are just hanging out in their, you know, in a spot in the bay together. But I will
Wait, what's
say,
the different? Everyone at the beach uses the ocean.
there's
Yeah,
a
it's
tide at the beach. It's
different.
Oh,
moving.
please,
Different.
guys. It's
So
no big deal.
here's what but if you're in a sandbar that's 3 feet deep,
Guys,
I'd
the water
rather-
moves.
it's not 3 feet deep because there's boats, but it's
I'm the same way with the normal beach too, right? Like, I'd much rather be on a beach by myself than be crowded with a ton of other people.
hold on. You guys really think sitting on a boat and then your buddy's boat's next to you, you're all hanging out listening to music, grilling on the water.
Sure.
It doesn't sound like
Bring-
a great time.
Yeah.
What are you guys, nerds?
Have 2-3 boats.
Yeah,
but
you
I
get
want to be
6
around
boats.
all these other people that I don't
Why
know.
not? You're hanging out, talking, sharing
Jimmy
stories.
doesn't like people.
I hate people.
That's a you problem, my brother.
Wait,
to me,
but
that sounds like a good
but
time.
to bring it back, Josh, you did have the boat connect, and
didn't take
you fumbled
advantage.
the bag.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out this summer. We'll see.
You fumbled the bag.
I think we need a Garden State boat. I already have the boat
Shut
name. I have the
up.
name.
Yeah, that's not
What
gonna
is it?
happen.
What is it?
I have the boat name.
No.
Okay, if we're getting a boat for this podcast, what are we naming it? Give a suggestion right now.
You're putting me on the spot right now. What's your
My
suggestion?
boat name is the Turnpike. Because you're, like you're turning pike, right?
Turning pike.
Like a pike. You're
Like a
fishing
fish?
Yeah, Turnpike.
That's
You're
pretty good.
reeling in the pike.
You gotta have a good boat name. We gotta have a Jersey boat name. I mean, you could go with something like, I don't know, like, you know, the Taylor Ham something.
So we're bringing this to, like, Round Valley or something.
No, we're going ocean.
No,
Yeah,
ocean.
a pike is freshwater.
I know it is. I said that. I was
Oh.
fishing with friends on the ocean. And I was like, my boat name would be the Turnpike, but that's a freshwater fish. But I don't care. It's too smart of a pun. It's
could
too
work.
good of a pun.
It could work.
You guys are lame. So hey guys, I went to the Memorial Day parade in a little town called Cranford on Monday, and it to me makes me so grateful that we still have these small town parades happening, especially for Memorial Day. But then you have the 4th of July parade in a lot of towns. I love it.
Does
I love
Cranford
a
have
parade.
4th of July? Parade?
No, Cranford doesn't have 4th of July. There was at one point in time, but a lot of towns in the area do have 4th of July parades, which I feel like would be
That's
the
interesting.
the
I didn't
parade.
even know that.
I didn't know that either.
I thought they just do like the fireworks events.
Yeah.
And that's like the big town
No,
gathering.
let's see. Let me look it up. NJ Towns.
Hey, confirm that?
4th of July parades. I know Chatham has a big one. Everyone puts their chairs out. Yeah, so Hamilton, Montclair, Ridgefield Park, Woodstown. That's a few of them, but there are a lot of 4th of July parades.
So that's interesting. You have the parade in the morning, and,
you
then like at nighttime you go to the fireworks.
Yeah, I mean, like, what a
pretty cool,
What
like,
a perfect suburban
Go
summer
grill
experience
throughout the day. That sounds really fun.
Yeah, you go to the parade, you see your neighbors, you go home, you grill all day, you swim, and then hey, let's go to the fireworks. That is Americana. That is what it's all. Is that not what it's all about?
And that sounds amazing.
Sounds like a good holiday.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah. So, well, I'm glad you guys all had an awesome Memorial Day.
Oh, before you move on,
Yeah.
I thought about this during the parade. Have you ever been in a parade?
Yeah, in probably 3rd grade,
Same.
my rec baseball team walked in the Memorial Day parade, and I had to hold the flag.
That was the only time I've ever been with my baseball team too.
And they had this wooden flagpole. It was a real heavy one. My arms were in so much pain carrying Old Glory through the Memorial Day
They
parade.
trusted you with that, bro.
And I was the turquoise team that year, and we won the championship. So
It's because you carried the flag.
it felt a little bit like that. Yeah,
It's kind of crazy.
yeah, it did feel a little bit like that.
See, I was on a truck during our like little league parade, so I was like throwing candy out at kids and
Oh,
stuff.
sick.
This year, the parade, they didn't throw candy at us. I was like,
You
what
think
is-
were?
Yeah, they were throwing tons.
There
of
was tons of
At
candy.
the end, the little league team, but it used to be like they would have to send the street sweeper through afterwards. There's so much candy on the streets.
I was talking to your sister, and she said some other towns had better parades than Cranford.
Clark has a great parade. Clark had like Uncle Sam's on stilts last year when I went to their parade.
We need a guy on stilts.
They had a horse. They had a guy with a horse and carriage ride.
Yep.
So like
there was no horses in Cranford.
No horses. And I was thinking, half jokingly, half seriously, we should look into getting a float in the parade. I think it would be such a great experience, and then we should go all out for like a month designing this massive float, like a big float.
I mean, it shouldn't be hard, right? Like, who do you talk to get like the float connect?
I think you could probably just call the town and say, hey, I want to get a spot in the parade.
That's all it takes.
We have a podcast and we want to represent New Jersey. Then I want to build like a big one. And here's the thing I was thinking. There's no live performances at the parade. Imagine like the Macy's Day Parade, if we got a float and we got one of our friends. We have talented vocalist friends.
Yeah.
We got them to sing like God Bless America, like a remix. Is this not a great idea?
It would compete with all the local marching bands, change up the vibe a little bit, because right now it's just all marching bands.
Josh, people would live for a little patriotism and music in that
Listen,
parade.
Josh, you have a lot of these big dreams. You should make it happen. Like, that could change up the vibes.
I need your help with it, though.
What do you want me to do?
Okay.
Design a float.
I could design the float. That's
I could play
fun.
drums. Like, I could be the drummer.
If you want to build,
I could put together the band.
I need you to figure out the band.
I got a crew.
Yeah, I need you to figure out the band.
Yes.
For the Memorial Day Parade 2026.
Oh.
I will design the float.
Okay.
But we need a message. Like, people are gonna be like, who are these people playing music on a float? We have to say,
I like the mysterious aspect to it, though. Like, maybe people don't know who we
No
are.
labels or anything. You're just there.
Dressed the same.
Oh, there's this one float. It's commemorating in the Vietnam War. There was a famous, I guess, priest veteran from the area in Union County. Mm-hmm. And there's just a pickup truck with a kid dressed as a priest and a soldier like bowing. Were you there for this?
Yes.
You didn't see this?
At this parade?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was asking someone about that. Like,
Yeah,
what was
he's
going
like
on
in the
with
bed
that?
of a pickup truck. There's a boy. There's like two teenage boys playing the roles of these different characters, and the one is a soldier and the other one's a priest. And it's just a scene. This kid, they're not moving or talking, or they're just sitting there.
Yeah, the one kid was like kneeling down in
Yes.
front of the priest.
Yeah.
What was that about?
I think he's like asking for forgiveness at war, and they're commemorating this priest for
See,
the war.
that's crazy, because that's the last thing I thought of. Like, I didn't know it had to do with war.
What do you think was going on? He was doing a
I
confession.
thought it
at
was
the
like
parade?
a local, I don't know, to promote the local Catholic church or something. I don't know.
I had no idea
I
what
thought it was
that
the
was
local
either.
priest in the
All right,
area.
so look, here's the.
I don't know.
I always have.
They should have made it more clear.
I always have big ideas with zero follow through.
Yes.
Because it's just, life is too much. But if you'll commit with me and you'll figure out the musicians.
Guys, he always brings me in. He always brings me in.
Because you're great at follow through. I'm great at ideas. I can give the vision, and you're like, I'll get the band. I'll figure out the band. And then I'll build the float. I have no issue there. With Jordan. Jordan and I will build a float.
That would be awesome.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, like with layers. So like the band members are up on tiers.
Can we play like all I think about when I think about like a band playing live music is like Christmas jingles, like Santa Claus is coming
Well,
to
that's because
town.
you're thinking of the Macy's Day Parade.
Exactly, but what if we did that during
No,
like
we'd
Memorial
have to
Day?
do like
Santa
like
Claus is coming to
random
town.
if we really want to throw some people off.
No, you do all very cultural classics around America. Born in the USA, which is not a really patriotic song.
What if we got Bruce?
We could just ask for Bruce to be a part of the Cranford Memorial Day Parade.
Probably has better things to do.
Hey, so why don't we do some mailbags here? I think we've talked enough nonsense. I think the people are ready to tune out. Why don't we do the mailbag, and then we'll get into some news. Josh, people want to call in. People are knocking on my front door going, hey, I don't want to do this, but I don't know the number for that mailbag. I said, it's a good thing you asked, because Josh Chomick has a soundbite for this.
Yeah, I didn't know they were knocking on your door already. That's crazy.
The proverbial door of my life knocking, which means my Instagram DMs.
Yes, everyone keeps calling into the mailbag. We appreciate every single call. We listen through every single call. We love you guys. If you wanted to call into the mailbag, the number is
908 67 99 99 3.
Hey, Garden State. This is Emily from Little Egg Harbor. I was listening to one of your podcasts, and you were talking about crashing a wedding. Actually, my fiance, Joseph, and I, Joe, we're getting married June 20th of this year, and we would love for all of you or any of you guys to come and crash it. bleep this part out if you're making it public, but it's at ceremony is at 6. Our cocktail hour is at 7:30, and if you guys need a wedding to crash, we would love that. I am a longtime listener and huge fan, and we would probably hardcore fangirl over you guys. Feel free to text or call me.
Emily, yes.
I'm looking it up. It's beautiful.
The venue is gorgeous. Are you guys going to go to this?
Guys, a second wedding invite for us. This is crazy.
We're going to go broke. You guys really want to keep going to all these weddings?
Wait. Broke? The other guy who invited us to a wedding is the same day as Jordan's. I don't think we can make it to that one.
I know, but look.
No, I thought we were making
We
it to
opened
that
this
one.
can of worms.
Oh, you weren't
saying-
here last week. Yeah, it's the same day as Jordan's wedding.
Yeah. So we're going to
Oh,
that
yeah,
one.
well, we're gonna try. We're gonna try. But wait, Josh, what do you mean?
I'm just saying, in Jersey, the wedding rule is you cover your plate in cash.
Yeah, the company, bro.
And this spot she's at, I'm saying that's a $200 plate.
But
So-
the point of a wedding crasher is you're not invited. You gotta just
that's
crash.
right. So we're not
and
bringing
just-
a gift.
You have to just eat as much food as you possibly can and get out of there.
Listen,
That's the point.
Emily, I'm enticed. I'm thinking about it. You have me thinking, and it sounds interesting.
Listen, June 20th, I just put it on my calendar. I think I'm free that night. I don't know what you guys have planned, but we should definitely stop by.
Yeah.
Just to say we did it. Like, this would be hilarious. And it's only in a few weeks. This is going to be a great time.
Should we wear our tuxes?
No. We're going to go all out, bro. But I want to blend in. Like, I want to be walking around. Like, no one's going to know who we are. It's going to be beautiful.
Let's
Yeah.
at least go to the wedding. It's the wedding part.
Oh, the ceremony.
Yeah, the
Yes,
ceremony,
of
and then maybe
course.
we slip into cocktail hour for a bit, so they don't have to like see this at a table for this
Correct.
thing. And then we say hi, we shake a few hands, we kiss
Fish some babies.
kiss a few babies, and then we get on out of there. I mean, like this could be a real plan for us.
For the ceremony, we should all sit in different areas, too. So then, like, Emily will, like, make eye contact. She'll see one of us, then she'll
love
turn
it.
her head, and then we'll be in another area, and it'll just throw her off. It would be awesome.
Why you were gonna make her wedding day about us? She's gonna be going, "What the heck? Those
Josh,
weird Jersey guys actually showed up to the
She's the one
wedding."
who invited us to her wedding.
It's true.
It's not us just crashing it.
Emily, we'll get back to you on
This is her special day.
Jordan, do you want to crash a wedding on June 20th? I know you weren't here.
I'm so down.
You're down?
Yeah.
You got a little preview for your wedding, and get some ideas?
Yeah.
Maybe you could switch venues if
rehearsal.
you like this one better.
Yeah. Talk to the guy who owns the place.
second.
All right, we'll take this offline.
Thank you, Emily.
Let's get into another mailbag here.
Hi, Garden State. This is Jess from North Jersey. I wanted to call in and talk about how you guys found out on last week's podcast that cousins can marry each other in New Jersey. I only recently found that out because I had a first cousin who married their first cousin.
Whoa.
And I thought that was also illegal, but it's not. And it's so strange because it's like only New Jersey and I think like Oregon or like somewhere that you wouldn't expect. So just wanted to say that. Love the podcast. Keep doing what you're doing, guys. Have a good day.
How often do you think this actually happens? Cousins marrying cousins.
I would say pretty frequently. And I just was.
I mean, a few people have called in saying like they have
Really?
first cousins marrying first cousins. Not that they personally did it, but like that they know people of it. It's kind of crazy.
Beyond it being weird, that's where you get genetic defects from. You marry your first
yeah.
cousin. I mean, that's where like.
Yeah, same bloodline.
What's good, guys? It's your boy Rick from Brig. Say post Memorial Day weekend. I had a little chaos down here in Seaside. I know you guys are going to talk about it. 73 arrests, 51 of which were adults, and 3 stabbings, which unfortunately left 1 dead that I read just now recently.
Wow.
Like I said, this is only the beginning of the summer. And there's pretty much no way to stop it because the way these crowds get huge with these kids is insane. I was seeing all these videos on TikTok and all that. Like they were packed like sardines in that boardwalk. You couldn't even move, man. I don't know. That's all I got for this weekend. That's it. Peace out.
Hey, thanks, Rick.
Rick, were you amongst those in the crowds, the wild crowd at Seaside that I saw videos of?
See, Rick, great guy, but he calls in spreading fake news, and we got to address this before we go any further.
Yes.
He said 73 arrested,
That's true.
and he said
3 stabbings,
3 stabbings,
which is true.
which unfortunately left 1 dead.
I do want to correct Rick there.
Yeah.
There were 3 stabbings. Didn't kill anyone, though. The one I saw, like I typed this in, and the headline he probably read, it was so clickbaity. It made it sound like the stabbings were deadly, but it said the one death was from a fatal car crash, like in the area. So no.
Nonetheless,
And I think like the 3 stabbings, like all the people who got stabbed, they didn't even want to like talk to police. So there's a bunch of kids fighting and stuff. No one wanted to be a rat.
what are we gonna do about the shore? I saw a lot of videos over the weekend.
It was a mess.
I mean, you look at our state objectively right now. You just look at what's going on. The energy costs are going up. I was talking to a coworker today. He said his energy bill went up to $400, and it was way lower than that before.
Wait, this month?
It's already going up. They're already going up.
Mine hasn't hit yet, so I'm hoping it doesn't change much.
And he's like, I live in a 1,000 square foot space, and my bill's $400 a month now, or over $400 a month. And so energy costs are rising. We have kids riding at the malls, Woodbridge, Menlo Park, Seaside Heights. It just feels like there's a lot that's crazy right now. And I'm interested to see what this summer has in store for us.
Yeah, it seems like every single weekend now the kids are taking advantage of TikTok, and like they see all the hype, they see all the headlines. They're like, all right, what's the next spot we could hit?
Yeah.
And the rumor now is that they want to hit Bridgewater Mall this week to continue the mall chaos. So Bridgewater Mall already, they put out a statement. Bridgewater police already said they're going to be extra guys on hand at the mall, making sure none of this happens. They're already investigating any TikToks they see of people trying to plan meetups at the malls. So yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, you never know when it's going to happen.
What is a clever way these malls could deter these sorts of events?
There's not.
Like, what if they began charging $5 to shop at the mall if you're under 18 on a Friday night?
Malls are already dying, bro.
Yeah,
like
kill them.
You're trying to get people into the mall.
I'm just trying to think of a ridiculous sort
Yeah, it
of
won't
idea.
work.
I think the only thing is like just banning people under a certain age. Like
Yeah, but if 300 arrive at the same time, how do you?
Well, I did see
How do
I
you
saw a
keep
lot
them
of comments. People are like Garden State Plaza, the chaperone policy, like after like a certain time or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
it's working.
Really?
And, yeah, a lot of people were saying, Garden State Plaza. Like, I think that's where it is. They said it's been working. So implement that into these other malls. But the thing with Woodbridge Mall, what happened? It was a carnival too. It started outside the mall.
Yeah.
It was in the parking lot, and then once chaos erupted there, the kids brought it all into the mall. So at that point, it was too late for like security or anyone to stop them. They're just running wild.
Do you think it's fun being like a 16-year-old at one of these riots at a mall?
Probably, yeah.
You think it's like a crazy rush of energy and
I think so, probably. Like, you're not thinking straight when you're 16. Like, we all did stupid things at 16. And like in the moment, you're like, this is so much fun. But like in 15 years, like then you'll realize how
Yeah,
dumb
what
it is.
the
But like
heck
in the
was I
moment, like
doing?
think about what you did at 16 years old. We did some stupid stuff, bro. And like, you don't think.
yeah.
But I will say my parents were very strict with me. If I got arrested or if I got in a little bit of trouble, I'm getting the belt, bro.
I don't even know.
Like
16?
not 16, not, or younger. But like, no, my parents were always like making sure they knew where I was. So I think like that's why we always say it comes back to the parents. Like, be on top of your kids.
Yeah, I don't think I even ever thought through. Well, I never even got close to getting arrested. I never even thought through what would happen if I did. It would have been bad.
Yeah,
I think my dad
would have.
Yeah, it would have been bad. I don't think I'd want to go down that rabbit trail.
But that's the thing. Our parents put the fear of God in us. We didn't want to get in trouble because like it was strict in the household. But some of
You
these
think
kids
that's-
don't have parents.
You think these parents aren't doing their jobs?
That's probably one part of it. There's probably other things that go into it, but like I just base it off my experience. We had strict parents. We still had a fun time, but I knew where the line was and what not to cross. Like, I'm not going to the mall and running around like an idiot.
I also think I had a fear of authority, like the cops. Remember one time we were skating in the Watchung Reservation at night?
Yeah.
Remember that? And this cop came with a spotlight and he put us against this car, like our hands on our head, like we were doing drugs or something. We were like literally just riding skateboards. And I remember being like, oh, I'm going to jail. This is it. I was like 16.
Thinking about your
And he was
mugshot.
like, guys, just please get out of here. And we're like, okay. But it was like, I remember like cops show up. I'm like, all right, this is not. Even now, if I get pulled over by a cop, I'm like, oh, here we go. Like, it's, there's a level of respect I have for like a police officer. Even though we have friends that are cops, still you don't want to deal with that. You don't want to because they
answer all the questions and you'll be out of there.
Yeah, I mean, it's the type of thing you don't want to find yourself in that spot. And yeah, these kids are running wild. I don't know what they're going to do about the minors. That's a harder one to work out because they're minors. So it's like you can't throw them in jail. And even if they weren't minors, they wouldn't throw them in jail in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So they got to find a way to really hit them in the, I think, where it hurts in their wallet.
Like find the parents.
Yeah, give them a fine.
Up the fines even more until, these parents don't want to pay anymore.
We'll see. This summer's going to be interesting in New Jersey. We're gonna have to track these shore towns. I think Seaside Heights is going to crack down hard after what happened this weekend.
Well, because they said last year was bad and they said this year was worse. So
I keep seeing videos still, new videos emerging from this weekend.
Oh yeah, new angles every single day.
Yeah, of like kids fighting and stabbing each other. You're just like, what is going on? But hey, something about the Jersey Shore, man. It gets people going. So let's you want to move into some news, or was there anything else here you wanted to discuss? Anything about the weekend?
No, we could hit the news stories for the week.
Okay, cool. We got 4 stories this week, and all are fairly interesting. This first one, I think tomorrow, Josh, we should, if you're open to it, take a drive down to this location.
Okay.
Are you around at all?
Tomorrow?
We could talk about it.
Yeah, we can talk about
Take that offline.
Yeah, let's touch base in a little bit.
Let's loop back.
Okay.
But yeah, so here, this first story is crazy, and this needs to be stopped. A New Jersey family is fighting to keep their farm from being seized by the state in order to build apartments. Hey, New Jersey, taking a farm from a family, seizing it, probably the worst PR stunt you could ever do. It's like killing a puppy, taking a family farm, poisoning a well. Like what's worse than like taking a family's farm?
Poisoning a well.
Like this is like the worst.
Yeah, it's not a good look. It's
the optics are so bad. A family farm, 2 things people love: family and farms. Like, and you're putting them together, and you're gonna eminent domain it. So
and even worse, they're building apartments.
And then then
so like that's right on top of that too.
You take it, the contrast of the most beautiful thing: a family farm. Who doesn't want a family farm? I think that's the American dream. To have
that they've owned over 150 years.
A family farm. That just sounds nice.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the owners don't even live in Jersey, but yeah, still a family farm.
But they have people.
They got people working it. Yeah.
So,
but still, family farm.
It doesn't matter. It's still their farm. So the 21-acre farm is off of exit 8A on the New Jersey Turnpike and is in a neighborhood already developed with warehouses. The Henry brothers, who live in New Mexico but return to Cranberry regularly to check on the farm, which is leased to a tenant who raises cattle and sheep, the family became aware of the township's plan to acquire the property through condemnation when they received an April 21st letter from the township attorney Kevin Van Hiss saying that the township was interested in the property to help Cranberry meet its state-mandated 4th round Mount Laurel affordable housing obligation of 265 units. Guys, this is like dystopian. This is like the Back to the Future where Biff is the mayor. This is disturbing, and eminent domain should be totally illegal. It's unconstitutional. You should have the right to own your own land and not worry about the state taking it from you. This is crazy.
And I think like the town doesn't even want to take it, but they have to meet this obligation, and
so then
they're not
elsewhere.
They're not fighting for the family. They don't care about the family.
Then you go and sue the state, or you go to court with the state and say, hey, we do not have the property to meet your guidelines. You have to meet us somewhere in the middle. Yeah. You don't take land from your residents.
No, it's unheard of. This is crazy. Continue.
Man, it's really crazy. So the letter said that if Cranberry couldn't reach an agreement with the brothers on a purchase, the municipality has the option of using the power of eminent domain to acquire the land.
That's crazy.
Hey, Americans, here's what you need to learn. You don't actually own your house. At any point, the state could come and say, we actually want to take your house from you. And you have no legal recourse.
This is disgusting, dude. I hate this.
And this has happened before. We talked about up in North Jersey in Sussex County, the township of Walpack with the Walpack Valley, eminent domain, the federal government took all this.
The Tox Island Dam project.
Yeah, the Tox Island. This is a major, if you want to read something interesting to our listeners, and we've talked about this before, but if you haven't read about it, read about the Tox Island Dam project, where the federal government took farmers' property from them under the auspices of building a dam, and guess what? They never got their land back. This happens in real life. This is not a conspiracy. Yeah. And I think we shouldn't put up with it. We should say to the state, this Mount Laurel stuff has gotten out of hand. You don't have the right to tell us what we can and can't do in our towns. It's crazy. What do you think, Jordan?
just wild that they could just come in and just force someone to sell.
I think
I've
there's going
always
to be
been
a lot
against
of there's going to be a lot of legal fights on this. I don't think it's going to end up happening.
So Andy, he was one of the brothers, was totally shocked. At the May 12th Township Committee meeting, despite vocal opposition from some residents, the elected officials approved an ordinance to acquire the property, as well as another South River Road lot for affordable housing. Mayor Lisa Neeram said affordable housing criteria has changed dramatically over the last 40 years, prompting municipalities to change how they identify affordable housing sites. So she goes in to talk about how like there needs to be state mandated criteria with sewers and water and proximity to mass transit, all this nonsense. And what I want to know is, where are the politicians in New Jersey that have actual spines? Every township's complaining about this, but they don't want any of the smoke when it comes to actually dealing with the state. Why is every township not coming together? Because you have hundreds of townships that are fed up with this. Right? And they're fed up with all the apartments they have to put in to meet state guidelines. Why don't you all come together and say, we're not going to comply and we're all going to collectively hire a lawyer? Because I get it, if Cranberry itself has to sue the state, that might be $4 million of litigation that they can afford.
Do they not want to deal with that? Like, why aren't they fighting? Or
I'm
do
sure
they want to?
I'm sure
maybe you got some people up there who actually want the affordable housing.
I'm sure the legal fees to go against the state are a lot more expensive than the legal fees against a family that owns a farm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about it. I mean, it's just as crazy.
Also, it's way too often that it happens that like local governments are getting some kind of kickback from developers.
Of course.
Where, just donations to their campaigns or whatever it is. Like
Yeah.
most of them, if you look up their big donors, it's like all developers.
Yeah, I would love to know. What is this lady's name for mayor? Mayor Lisa. How do you look up their donors, Jordan?
I forget. There's a particular, I forget the name of the site, but you could see.
See if you can find that.
the
Let's look up who's donated this. It sounds like the Township Committee feels some level of remorse. There's a quote here. It says, "This brings us no joy," said Township Committeeman Robert Christopher. This is not where we want to be, but we're trying to do what's best for the town and trying to get ahead of this, said Township Committeeman Matthew Scott. So an overflow crowd attended the packed Township Committee meeting. Besides objecting to the township taking the family farm by eminent domain, residents also took issue with the location, which is on the opposite side of Route 130 from Cranberry's downtown area. Former Mayor Jay Taylor told the committee he did not oppose affordable housing, but wanted to stand up for the integrity of the process, of principle and of people. See, this is all semantics. This entire conversation is just word games, because it comes down to quote unquote affordable housing. We talk about this all the time. That is the cudgel by which the state hits towns over the head. You need to care about the poor, but it's never about the poor. It never is. These buildings have hundreds of units, and very few of them are relegated to affordable housing. It is the hardest word game to work through, because if you say I don't want affordable housing, you sound like a jerk, but really it's just we don't want more apartment buildings going into every single town.
They're taking the garden out of the Garden State.
I mean, you're taking a farm away.
It's disgusting.
Did you figure that out,
It's
Jordan?
making the state
I
look
texted my dad.
terrible.
Yeah, see if you can figure that
I'll
out.
see if he knows what website.
So
I feel for these brothers, man. This is such a tough situation.
there's another quote here that says, Andy has stewarded his land in our spirit of preservation for over 150 years, not for profit, but for a deep-rooted connection to this land, this town and its soil, excuse me. One thing that's confusing about that quote, this guy has preserved his land for over 150 years. I doubt it, unless he's really old.
Maybe the family.
Yeah, his family. That must be what they meant.
He's super old.
Yeah,
I wonder if he's
170.
150 years old.
The township has long designated the farm as a vital environmental buffer in a light industrial zone and plays a critical role in storm water management and ecological balance, Taylor said. Another resident called taking the farm for affordable housing heart-wrenching. So the township is fed up with this. I think we all feel the same way about it.
But no one wants to, like, the heads of the town don't want to step up.
I mean, this is where we reach the brink of people got to get fed up enough where they just say, no, we've had enough. We're not allowing this anymore. We're not gonna allow this crazy Mount Laurel stuff to continue to happen in our state. We're not going to continue to see our towns have endless apartment buildings we put into them. But at this point, we're so late in the game that even if something changed tomorrow, there's towns that are done. They're done already. They're overpopulated. They're crowded. It's game over. We talk about it all the time. Union County, it is game over. It's going to take a while for them to figure out, I think, how do you adjust to this, to the new traffic patterns, to the schools having more kids in them. It's just no bueno all around. So
Yeah, I agree.
I just want to know, what would it take to overturn the Mount Laurel Doctrine exactly? Because wasn't it decided by...
I mean, it's so old at this point.
But wasn't it... It was decided by a judge, right? It's not even like it was passed, like a law passed or anything.
I read about it in school. I totally forget.
How long ago was this now?
It was a while ago.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact year.
Jimmy, do you have that date?
Yeah. Mount Laurel decision. I want to say it was like the 80s. Yeah, 1980s.
all right. Should we keep it going here?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next one. So, construction has begun on a new $10 billion Port Authority bus terminal.
Dude, I didn't know that they were groundbreaking for this already. Like, I remember them talking about it years ago, but I'm stoked it's actually happening.
It's great. If you've been to the current Port Authority bus terminal, my goodness, it has needed a refresh for probably 2 decades now.
Yeah, if you think Penn Station looks bad, look at Port Authority, man. It's so bad.
It's
and the
really
lines
bad.
are awful waiting for the buses. Like, I used to commute using Port Authority every single day, and it's not fun.
Yeah. And now it's saying, so this construction is beginning. It says construction began on the first phase of a new $10 billion Port Authority bus terminal on Thursday, marking an important milestone for the long-awaited project. So Governor Kathy Hochul and Governor Phil Murphy joined the Port Authority in a groundbreaking ceremony for the Dyer Avenue deck overs, which will be used for the staging buses during construction and will eventually become a public green space when the terminal opens. So if you look up some renderings for this construction, if you guys decide to Google it, it's a pretty interesting looking building.
It's gorgeous.
It kind of resembles the border wall that Trump was building for a little while there.
It does. Like the
Yeah, like the
vertical
slats.
slats.
Like it's kind of looks like what's the message we're sending here? It's modern. It's cool. I mean, like
yeah, it matches like what like all the new Hudson Yards buildings look like. That's what it looks like.
I wish, in a way, they would build a building, a bus station that has a very classic look to it.
Not in New York City, buddy.
Like why can't they build it in the style of Grand Central Station? How cool would that be?
Oh, money, right? Wouldn't it cost so much more?
I'd imagine it's very
That's
expensive.
probably why. It would be gorgeous though if the outside looked like that though.
And this is a brand new building, or are they revamping?
Well, different phases. So
Oh, it's like
Josh
built in
wants to
parts?
continue. Like the first phase is the deck overs, and then once they finish that area for staging, then they're going to renovate the old one, turn
Gotcha.
that brand new.
Yeah, so the storage and staging facility will provide a 5-story steel structure for buses that use the terminal, reducing the number of buses idling and parked on city streets. During the construction of the new main terminal, the facility will serve as a temporary bus terminal. So also part of the first phase is a new 50,000 square foot ramp structure that connects directly to and from the Lincoln Tunnel. Wider lanes will allow for larger buses to travel the route, and a bypass lane will eliminate backups. So there's a lot here. Do you want just to keep going, or do you want to mention anything
No,
there, Josh?
this is good information.
Okay, so the push to replace the dilapidated 75-year-old terminal began in 2013, aiming to create a modern facility that accommodates growing ridership. Since then, almost 30 separate proposals have been developed. On an average weekday in 2019, the terminal saw roughly 260,000 passengers on 7,800 buses, making up roughly 23% of trips in and out of Manhattan's core. Officials project the figure could grow to 337,000 by 2040, as reported by
That's
Cranes.
disgusting. That's a big number.
Yeah, where are all those people coming from?
Everyone who's moving into these apartments that are being built
Yeah.
all over New Jersey.
Exactly. So the redesign will feature a new $2.1 million square foot terminal, a separate storage and staging building, and new ramps leading directly in and out of the Lincoln Tunnel, nearly doubling bus capacity, bus speed, and congestion on neighboring streets. The storage and staging facility can temporarily serve as a terminal while crews replace the existing hub. So that's basically what we discussed earlier. So it's going to be quite the undertaking to update this. I always wonder how they begin these large projects in Manhattan where they're going to, like a bus terminal. Same thing with Penn Station when they talk about
it's a huge project.
Moynihan Hall. Is that what it's called?
I'm not sure.
I think so.
The new part of Penn Station. Like, I had no idea they were working on that, and then one day it's just there. It's kind of funny.
I still haven't seen it.
It's really nice.
When I used to commute, like I used to walk through the construction area on purpose every day just to see it. It was awesome, dude. It was really cool.
So the first phase deck overs. I hate that.
I hate that word. It's so hard to say deck overs.
The first phase deck overs, along with the new ramps and bus storage facility, are expected to be completed by 2028, with the full terminal opening in 2032. So we got some time.
Good 7 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a little while for this thing to get open, but it's coming.
The renderings are beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just a massive project.
It just is. It seems like they're trying to overhaul our transit from New Jersey to New York. We got the Gateway Tunnel. We got a new Port Authority. It's going to be interesting to see how this all pans out in a decade from now, and if transit's actually better.
Wait, but the Gateway Tunnel is actually, will that ever happen?
I thought that was.
so.
I thought that was already approved.
Yeah.
When are they going to start that?
I don't know. Didn't they do?
I feel like we haven't heard much about that.
Well, I think they're doing the Portal North Bridge first.
The Portal Bridge is happening now. It's almost done. But what is the tunnel happening afterwards? I actually don't know.
I'd imagine.
I didn't know.
I mean, all this stuff takes so many years in planning, right? Just because something's approved. Like, think about the projects that we do, right?
Yeah,
it takes years.
They're working on the entrance tunnel right now. It should be done by fall, it says in this article that was written last month.
Wait, is that where the current tunnel is?
First phase of New Jersey entrance to new Gateway Project rail tunnel should be done by fall. This is, I think it's right near the current. The Tunnel Avenue overpass is being constructed to accommodate the entrance to the new Gateway rail tunnel between North Jersey and Manhattan. It doesn't say the exact location, but I'm sure it's fairly close to where the current tunnel is.
Interesting. I got to do some research this week. I didn't know that was happening already.
I just want to know. It says it's going to cost $10 billion, but I'm like, how much is it actually going to cost?
Oh yeah, more than 10 billion. I'm sure.
I feel like you could double that number, and that's probably what it's going to end up being.
Look at like one little small building in New York City, and then like just look at this massive project
That's
right
what I
now.
mean.
And
I'm
like, yeah, it's going to be a lot of money.
And every time I go into New York City, I'm like, it stresses me out looking at their infrastructure because I'm like, all of this needs to be replaced.
But isn't it amazing like how it all works? Like, does it ever just blow your mind how like there's all these buildings towering on top of each other? Any city, it's just like, wow, this works.
But I'm like, these like one day, like all these are going to need to be replaced. The subways, like everything has to be replaced.
I mean,
at some
the
point.
subways.
I mean, that's horrible. But I'm like, those should be replaced right now.
Like, look, they replaced some tracks in the path. Like a few months ago in Hoboken, and that took a while. Imagine like redoing the whole New York City subway system.
Like, how much money that would take, how much time that would take. I'm like, I don't even like looking at that stuff.
It hurts to think about.
Don't worry, AI will do it all for us.
That's true.
The androids.
They have the robots walking around the city.
They'll be doing all the
taking
manual
over.
labor. They never need to stop working. They're robots. They work 24/7.
It's perfect.
It's like iRobot.
No, they're going to be smart enough. They're going to be asking for breaks. They're going to be like, you guys are being too mean to us. Give us a break.
Speaking of robots asking for breaks,
Yes.
Jordan showed me the other day this new Google Veo 3.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, guys. AI video. We could probably do an AI video of our whole podcast. We don't have to talk. It's gotten
Honestly,
scary
that could be a great way to get new hosts. Like, we don't have to do anything. We just put like
Just create new people.
4 new guys in a room.
Wait a second.
We take a photo of this set and we
Viral
make
video
it.
idea.
Yeah.
Could we generate one of its, instead of it's me and Josh, it's like Bruce Springsteen and another famous Jersey person here?
Is
Sure.
it easy to just like put like a famous person or like
I'm sure
or
you
does
could.
it have to create like new people?
Can you generate
sure
that
you could
tonight
do.
and have like Bruce Springsteen and Frank Sinatra at the desk and have it be like, in New Jersey, a local New Jersey podcast has been taken over by Bruce Springsteen, and have him say it though. Can you have your brother do that?
I mean, I'm just worried about like if you could get in trouble for that, like taking someone's
Intellectual
image.
property.
What if we just have text over it saying this is AI? Don't sue us, Bruce Springsteen.
I mean, maybe because that's something like actors are worried about, where it's like you can literally just take somebody's image and just make them the actor in the movie. You don't have to pay them anything.
their
You have
likeness.
Tom Cruise be the actor in the movie, and it's just fully computer generated.
What we should do is we should do the baby one. I've seen a lot of people do that. They take their clips.
baby
and
one's funny.
We
Those are
should,
good.
we should do that. Turn ourselves into
Can you make
babies.
that for us, or do I have to give you like a clip? Like, how do you do the baby?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, we could just
We should play with that one.
mess with it and see.
It's really cute.
Do you have the login?
I don't. I'll just send it to my brother and ask him to You're sending me more today. It's crazy.
We should play around with the AI generated stuff for the podcast. So let's move on here to this next story. Jelly the bear, a local legend at the Turtleback Zoo, escaped her enclosure this week.
There was a bear escape, is what you're saying.
I want to pause for a second.
What kind of bear?
We're talking a black bear, Jim.
I want to listen. We're going to pause. For a
No
second.
worries.
I love the Turtleback Zoo.
I also love bears.
I love the Turtleback Zoo. I love the people at the Turtleback Zoo. We have friends. We've made friends at the Turtleback Zoo. Amazing people working over at the Turtleback Zoo. I want to preface this story by saying that.
Yeah, I wonder who the one who kept the bear cage unlocked was.
So,
Well, listen. The bear. So before we go any further,
Jimmy, what were you going to say?
finding out that it's a black bear, there's black bears in all 21 counties in New Jersey. This is a non-story.
I agree.
There's probably one living right outside the enclosure.
There are bears in the South Mountain Reservation.
The only sad part about this, if you're a fan of Jelly the bear, is that when the bear hunt comes back around and Jelly was not back in the cage, could be at risk.
But this is a zoo bear. This is not a wild bear. This thing hasn't been out of the cage in 20 years, Jim. If it sees a human life, it's going to want to attack or do something.
No, I feel like it's the opposite.
Yeah.
You think?
It just sees people all day.
If you were stuck in a cage your whole life and you got free for a second, what would you do?
I don't think it realizes. Like,
Josh.
oh, these people are keeping me captive.
Bears are not idiots.
Josh, you ever watch that classic movie that every guy loves to watch?
What is it?
Shawshank Redemption.
I've seen it once.
What? I thought you'd love that movie.
I know. Bro, everyone always asks
Jordan,
me
have you
about
watched Shawshank Redemption?
Not fully. I've only seen parts of it.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have a stroke.
that.
Jimmy,
This is
have
the
you
one with the
watched?
prison, right?
Guys, this is like one of the greatest movies ever made.
What does it have to do with a bear?
It's about a guy who's trapped in prison
He's angry.
and he plans an escape. Okay?
Well, I watched Prison Break.
Okay, no, that show is hot garbage compared to Shawshank Redemption.
It's a great show.
It's a great show.
But continue.
Season
How about
1
Escape
is
from
good. It
Alcatraz?
just gets...
It actually gets better throughout these seasons. What about Shawshank,
Yeah,
though?
he tattoos the map of the prison on his back.
It's genius. Also, oh my god. Sorry. Okay, we will talk about this story, but I want to bring it up last week. Have you guys been following the New Orleans prison escape?
It's crazy.
Two guys left.
Really?
Yeah, they got like the other 8 guys.
Rahway State Penitentiary's next. I'm calling
I
it.
can't even think about all I think about is like Prison Break now.
Hold on. Back to Shawshank.
Yes.
The one guy is in prison his whole life. He finally gets out, and he doesn't know how to live. He doesn't know how to be a human. He's been in the system so long.
Exactly.
He decides to get locked back up. I think that's what Jelly was going through here. Jelly gets out. Jelly's like, I've been locked up for 20 years. What do I do? Do I attack somebody? I want to go back in the cage. Don't you think?
No.
And I feel like they would, because they just get food given to
Or
them
he
all
might just
day,
get
hanging out.
excited and just start running at someone because they never actually ran into a human before.
And so let's read the article here. So it says a bear temporarily escaped its enclosure at the Turtleback Zoo in Essex County on Thursday, but was recaptured shortly afterwards, authorities say. According to the county officials, the incident took place before the zoo opened to the public for the day. No visitors or staff were placed in any immediate dangers, authorities say. So it gets even kind of cuter when you find out this is a geriatric animal, a 20-year-old bear named Jelly. And you know what? I think we should make some t-shirts that say, I love Jelly.
Or maybe like free Jelly.
gonna
This thing's
say
been
free
locked up for
Jelly.
20 years. Let him out.
Her out. It's a girl. Jelly's a female. And I don't think we want to let Jelly out. Jelly may have lived an endangered life, and the zoo is doing their part to keep Jelly happy, comfortable, and safe in her enclosure. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here.
No, I think I'm just trying to put myself in the bear's perspective. Like,
Yeah, but
what would you
you're-
do if you were in a cage your whole life and wanted to escape?
You're
Think
thinking
about
like a human.
bears
you're
are
not
very,
thinking
bears
like
are
a
very
bear.
smart. Yeah, bears will just
not thinking
attack
like-
people.
It's a
That's what I
20-year-old
was saying.
what
Bears
is
will
a
go
20-year-old?
nuts.
Yeah, but it's been around zookeepers. It's been around all the people visiting the zoo.
Jim, quick check. What's the average length of life a bear lives? Or sobs?
18 to 20 years.
Wow.
right
So
there.
Jelly's at the end.
Jelly is knocking on heaven's door.
Oh no!
But here's what it says. It says the geriatric animal, a 20-year-old black bear named Jelly, walked through an unlocked gate and was discovered by zoo staff in less than 5 minutes. That's a response time. Just a few feet from her enclosure in an area that is not accessible to the public, officials said. Zoo staff followed established protocols to contain the bear, which was returned to its enclosure. We have determined the gate was unlocked due to human error and are thoroughly reviewing our protocols and implementing extensive retraining to ensure our zoo remains safe and secure for our animals, visitors, and staff, county officials said. I'm just going to come out and say it. This seems like a non-story to me. They resolved it. Nobody was hurt. They're going to review the protocols. Jelly is back where Jelly needs to be.
What if Jelly took like 10 more steps and was out into a public area and it just ran and then the park opened and there was a kid there?
There were no visitors. It was before the park opened.
That's why I said, like, what if she was still escaped while the park opened?
Jelly would probably go and like cuddle with the kid.
Yeah.
I think that
I would love to see you try to give Jelly a hug and see what would happen.
I want to look up Jelly the bear.
Yeah, you go to Turtleback a lot, Josh. I'm shocked you don't even know the bear.
Well, the last time I was there, Jelly is not always out. I believe this is the enclosure back up at the back end of the property against the woods. It's actually, and usually Jelly's hibernating when I've been there. I think she hibernates.
Definitely.
Oh, in the wintertime, yeah.
But she is a beautiful bear.
How big we talking?
Big.
That is not Jelly the bear. This is horrifying.
Oh my god.
Oh. No, the first photo you clicked on was Jelly. I remember seeing it in an article.
Oh, man.
That one's Jelly.
What a beautiful bear.
It's a beautiful bear.
So, hey, guys.
Did you know Jelly's related to Jam? Read the next paragraph.
I thought you were making a joke for a second there.
No, I thought I was too until I actually read the sentence. I was like, this is pretty cool.
So, Jelly, who has a sibling named Jam, has become a popular attraction since the pair came to the zoo as young cubs. The zoo has shared video footage and photos of them both over the years. So the Turtleback Zoo is run by the county and is located in West Orange. That's pretty much it.
Do you think the employee who left the gate opened is going to face severe consequences?
No.
Or do you think it's just a little slap on the wrist? Hey, don't do this again. Don't let the black bear run free.
I don't think you get fired for something like that. I think it's more a conversation of, hey, we got to be careful with our protocols. Jelly could have gone out,
Like, what if it was a lion, Josh?
But it wasn't a lion.
Yeah.
But
it's an old bear. But honestly, I would want that guy working there. Whoever did it is never going to do it again.
Oh yeah, they learned the lesson.
I want that person working there.
You think that zookeeper has like a long, like a huge key ring that just jingles as they walk through the park, and they're like, which key is it here? And they're sweeping through all of them. I don't know. Maybe this is a mystery to all of us. Some may never truly know what happened at the Turtleback Zoo that day with Jelly.
I feel like with a 20-year-old bear, they should have just let her go into the wild, live her last year or so.
They just say it is so dangerous, and now you're like, I'll let her go.
I mean, in the wild though,
she would. I guarantee that bear. Haven't you ran into a black bear in person before? We all have. Yeah.
Yeah. You just let them be. Don't mess with them, and they won't mess with you.
Yeah, but you grew up in a cage. She won't know what to
let
do.
Let her live last year of her life. I don't know.
All right, let's move on to our last story here.
Free the bears.
This is a good one. The seventh wonder of the world, the American Dream Mall, saw an $800 million drop in value.
That's not good.
It is indeed the seventh wonder.
Imagine buying a house and you have an $800 million depreciation.
Well, how expensive is that
depreciation?
That's a pretty big deal, man. So the value of the American Dream Mega Mall, an entertainment complex in New Jersey's Meadowlands, plummeted by $800 million, a blow to municipal bondholders whose debt is backed by payments in lieu of property taxes. God. And we talked about this in the past.
Yeah, the pilot program.
The pilot program. Payment in lieu of taxes. The 3.5 million square foot venue, which includes an amusement park, water park, and ski slope, was assessed at $2.5 billion by the borough of East Rutherford for the quarter ending June 30th. According to the revised tax bill posted late Tuesday on the Municipal Securities Rulemaking Board's EMA website, the mall's previous value was estimated at $3.3 billion. So now they're at 2.5. That's crazy. What do you guys think? Why do you think they're dropping in value? What, like from your gut instinct, without even knowing the facts of the article, Jordan? What do you think is going on here?
No one's going there. I mean, I've only been there like I've only been there once.
I feel like people go there not for the stores, but for the entertainment. Like that's like
Yeah, but like, how many people are actually going there?
a lot of people are going to the water park. A lot of people are going to the amusement park,
For the I don't know.
ski slope. But like, are people shopping there? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I feel like they're.
I feel like it's always busy when I go there.
That's the thing. I think it's for entertainment. The arcades. I feel like there's a lot of fun things for families to do there. Like Josh went to the aquarium.
I've also been seeing more concerts there. Like I saw SZA was there.
Yeah, she
the
just
Jonas
did.
Brothers.
She just did a pop up
Yeah,
there
the Jonas Brothers.
Where I'm like, it's like so weird that they're doing shows in the middle of a mall. Like
because they know it brings in people.
I don't know. Like it's not.
They're desperate right now for cash.
Yeah, like they're paying anyone to come in there.
Yeah, and these local townships might be in a bad spot as a result. I think this is the real story. So, to help finance the $5 billion mall, New Jersey approved a package of $1.1 billion of tax-exempt municipal bonds. State officials pitched the project as a boost to New Jersey's economy, arguing it would generate tax revenue and jobs. About $800 million of the debt issued to finance the complex is backed by so-called pilot payments, which are equal to 90% of the estimated property tax due on the mall. Last year, American Dream's annual payment to the bond trustee was roughly $48.4 million, short of the annual $54.1 million debt service on the bonds. The trustee has dipped into reserves to make full payments to bondholders.
This is all so confusing. I'm not going to lie.
Do you want me to explain it like you're 5?
No, you can continue with the article. I was hoping like Jordan would like back me up right there or something.
Yeah, this is so confusing.
Thank you.
What the heck? Jordan, you're on my side. You understood that.
I understood half of it.
All right, explain
That way
it to
I'm
me
like
like I'm
in between.
Explain it to me
He's
like I'm a
gonna
5-year-old.
explain it. He's gonna have ChatGPT summarize
All right, here you
it.
go. We're gonna
Tell me like I'm a 5-year-old.
Explain like I'm 5, ChatGPT. To build a huge $5 billion mall
should do
in New
articles
Jersey,
like this.
the state helped by letting them borrow money from investors using special tax-free bonds, like a fancy IOU. This was supposed to be good for the economy because it would help create jobs and bring in tax money. Here's how the repayment works. Instead of paying full property taxes, the mall makes pilot payments, which are like 90% of the normal taxes. So you get a house, instead of paying $10,000 a year, in taxes, you're paying 90% of that.
I get how this works. I think it's just there's so many big words.
I think trustee threw you off.
Yeah, there was just too much.
That's what did it.
So the trustee is the person managing the money for the investors. Okay?
Yes.
Has been dipping into a savings account to cover the difference.
He doesn't have enough.
They're running out of cash.
They don't have the cash.
So they have a big payment coming in June for $27 million. And as of December, they only had $38 million saved. So they're
like I said, so the piggy bank is running low.
They are running out fast.
I'm going to say this is still too complicated.
Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to explain this to my 4-year-old.
Okay, here we go. Okay, a big mall wanted to be built, but it cost a ton of money, like a mountain of dollars. So the mall borrowed money and promised to pay it back every year. But the mall isn't giving enough money back like it said it would. So this
is great. Keep going.
So the people in charge are using a special piggy bank to help pay with specific.
Okay. Tell me more about this special piggy bank.
But now the piggy bank is almost empty and the mall still owes more money soon. If the mall doesn't pay more soon, there is no money left to help. That's bad.
That's crazy.
We should do this more often with some articles, bro.
Dude,
how I could dumb it down like that.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was great.
All right,
that
continue.
was really great. I mean, that's the gist. There's a whole lot more here, but it just goes into the pilot payments. American Dream Mall is not in a good financial position right now.
It's cursed.
The piggy bank is running dry.
So yeah, do you think because they still don't have it's not full capacity. There's still some stores to be opened, but I do see a lot of people going to the American Dream Mall, like we were saying, concerts, different events, the water park, amusement park.
But one of the issues, are people going there and actually spending money, or are they just going there
just to hang out?
Because it's I would go there. If I live closer, I might go there just to walk around. That's what I'll do at some of the malls here, on a rainy day.
They do have a lot of good stores. I just don't know if people are spending their money at malls like they used to, or most people just shopping online and just going to the mall to do something, get out the house with the family.
What a lot of people do is go to the mall, try something on, and then order it online.
Yeah, somewhere cheaper.
Yeah, so it's
I'm not gonna lie. The last time I went to American Dream Mall, I didn't meet a person that spoke English. It is
Really?
like all tourists.
Well,
I think that was the point.
they want it to be a tourist.
It's a tourist
destination.
trap.
Yeah, it's a tourist trap. Well, think about it. You land in Newark, and like most people are just gonna go straight to New York City. What's New Jersey doing to attract people to come in? Oh, here's a giant mall with so many different extravagant things to do. Come visit us and spend your money. And look at all of us locals. We don't go there because we know it's a trap. Like, and also there's so much traffic. We don't want to go there.
It would be so annoying to go to shop there. Like,
I mean,
would
like,
never.
I guess if you live in the area like Rutherford, like, yeah, sure, go. You have a new mall now, but like, I have malls closer to me I'm going to go to. I don't need to go shopping at American Dream Mall. I mean, I went snowboarding there once. It was cool. But like, after doing it once, I kind of was over it already.
Yeah.
And Josh said the aquarium was
It
small.
was very cute. My daughter cried when we left. She loved it so much. So,
But you just said it was too small.
no, I didn't say it was too small. I said it was small. It's a small experience for young kids. It's not a full size aquarium.
So do you think the American Dream is great for like families and with young kids? You know, take the kids, go to Nickelodeon World or like go do something fun. Like, do you think it's good to like just get out of the house and?
It's for somebody. I mean, it's an experience you should do at least once. But I think the thing for me is I get this like sensory overload feeling when I go to a place like that. You ever get that?
Yeah.
I kind of
Where you
like
just-
that feeling though.
You do?
Yeah, well, that's why I like going on Black Friday when there's like so many people
No,
around me.
I
and
think you're thinking
love
of a
that.
different feeling.
That's more of like a rush.
Yeah, I'm saying
versus,
like dizzy in the head, like the feeling of being disoriented from all the craziness happening around you.
American Dream is like
I
it's like a liminal space. That's why I kind of like it. Like, especially in the area of the big open circle, you look up and it's just like, this is massive. You just like feel like you're in a different world. You know liminal spaces?
No, what's that?
I'm deep into that world.
What is it?
It's just like,
Liminal?
it's like, type in liminal spaces. There's a Reddit and stuff. It's like areas that don't look real, but like,
I
Like
thought
stuff
there was
from a dream?
Yeah,
like
but
the back rooms, like the pools.
the back rooms is what I've heard.
Yeah,
Okay,
back
yeah.
rooms. Like
Yeah.
when there's pools, it's a location that you recognize,
But you've
you
never
act-
actually been?
Yeah, especially the pool rooms with the
Dude,
slides.
I've
Why-
seen some AI videos of these that give me chills. They creep me out so much.
They creep me out, but like I'm really hooked on it because the pool rooms, I'm like, I've been there before, but I've never actually been there. Like type in liminal space pools.
Aren't they
ones-
theories like everybody has the same dreams about these places?
Yes,
or
everyone's like,
something?
why do I know this place?
Really?
Yeah, it's just like it's a very cool rabbit hole to go down on TikTok. But like, yeah, I feel like there's certain places within the American Dream that are like liminal spaces. But yeah, I'm obsessed. There's like one. It's like really beautiful.
I think it's well, it doesn't surprise me that we all have similar feelings of things that feel like common memories. We all like, yeah, I've seen these ones.
yeah, like it
They're kinda
doesn't
creepy.
make
Oh, yeah,
sense.
yeah.
But like I'm like,
You're
oh,
like,
wait, I've been there before. Like some
I
random
think it's a
hotel.
combination of elements you're familiar with.
Also the colors too.
Yeah.
It's really cool if anyone wants to go dig down that hole. Liminal spaces, back rooms.
Well, Josh, that's all we had for this week. Any closing thoughts, guys, before we close out the pod?
I wonder if American Dream is going to be another hot spot for the teens to be going
I don't
crazy
think so.
down the
Same
road.
thing.
Or you think it's just too out?
I don't think
It's
so.
too
It's
out
too
there.
out. You got to pay for parking. It's a whole disaster there.
You're right. It's easier to go to like smaller malls like Woodbridge, Menlo, Bridgewater.
Yeah.
So Jordan, I don't want you to be acting up at
we
these
should
malls.
do a meetup.
Yo, Garden State meetup at the mall? You think the town's
should.
gonna Joshy's gonna get pissed?
We should have our own adult meetup where we all just play chess and like talk about
Sophisticated
politics
things.
and
No teens allowed.
complain about apartments. Like we should just have like a 30 plus meetup.
Listen, I want to say like we did a meetup in Columbus Circle in New York City back in the day.
Yeah. How many people
And
showed up to that?
We had hundreds of people
Yeah.
show up, and guess what? We didn't hire security. We had our boys helping out with security, and guess what? There was no chaos.
Yeah,
we did it right.
miraculously.
Good
Also,
fans.
how did like nobody say anything to us?
Isn't that crazy?
Right? Like thinking
No
back
one
on
stopped
it,
us.
like no one.
Well, because it's New York City in a public space. It's like there's always people there.
Yeah, I know, but still, like you
we
would
did
think
have
that
chaos. There was a lot of people.
somebody
there.
be like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. But it was a good time. Things are different now, Jimmy.
I guess.
The kids are more hyper. I don't know why.
They are. They're antsy. COVID messed them up. So hey everybody, thanks for listening to this week's episode. We will be back next Friday with more news and banter. Thank you to all the supporters out there. Hey, our 4th of July shirts are coming back soon. If you want to get a 4th of July shirt, the annual restock is coming in hot, so get ready for that.
New color too.
New color coming, black. But otherwise, we will see you next Friday. Have an amazing weekend. Enjoy the weather. Hopefully it's nicer. How's it looking?
Yeah, it's looking really nice.
Awesome. We'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
Later.
Later.
See you.
You're listening to the Garden State. dirty jers.